KT7 up here. Today, I will review and showcase 140 Kefka from FF6. They pushed up the collaboration by about a month. It really caught me off guard. I didn't have as much time to prepare this review as my other review videos. I don't know what's coming when anymore, but I will keep working on unit review videos and upload them as they are announced. Subscribe if you want to see how future units perform in auto PvP settings. The visual of this presentation is not as organized, but I will still go over the details of his kit and his vision card. My top choices for equipments, Truststone's abilities, and Esper's. A few different builds, and some sample team comps. My final thoughts and a couple of sample matches. Let's get started. Kefka is a limited 100 cost fire unit. His main job is the Mad Mage, a very fitting title. With Arithmetician and Energist as sub-jobs, he is a magic-based attacker. His main role is to cause disruption to your opponents, and comes with a unique buff that will give your teammates hate. His based magic stat is among the highest in the game, however his accuracy is low. And has very low based agility, but his Energist support ability can make him one of the fastest unit in the game. His HP is on the lower end as well, but he has very good AoE resistance and re-raise to help him survive in battle. His TMR is an accessory with 4 agility. The ability is a cross-shape AoE buff around self. For 3 turns, increase magic by 40% and agility up by 25%. The buff is just okay, the 4 agility is the main selling point here. He has the typical move 3, jump 1. But he has passive that can increase his movement. He has 10 innate resistance to slash, 20 to missile and 15 to magic. For his status ailment resistances, he has 50 to sleep, 50 to stop, and 10 to stun. The 50 to stop is really good, being a 97 faith unit, he is very vulnerable to status effects. Charm resistance on his Truststone is recommended. Now his master ability. Typical 10% HP and 15% fire attack up for fire allies. For himself, he gets magic penetration up 10 and AoE resistance up 10. Both are very good for him, however this is the only source of magic penetration in his whole kit. His Transcendence upgrade will give him defense up 15, additional AoE resistance of 10. And upgrade to his ability Forsaken. It will increase the damage modifier if the target has haste active, and it will dispel haste from the target. Moving on to his farmable glove. It has 20 spirit penetration for everyone. And for Kefka only, it will give him magic attack up 15, magic human killer 10, and AoE resistance 8. This is the best weapon for Kefka. Crit type is fine, and the accuracy type is not good. The best type in my opinion is magic. Be sure to farm at least one before the event ends. Continuing on to his main job support abilities. The first one gives him magic up 24%, spirit penetration up 40, and reduced skill activation time by 250. This support ability needs to be on at all times. The other support ability is a simple move and jump +1. His main job reaction ability is poison counter up to 2 panels away. He has better reaction ability in his kit. Moving on to his LB. His LB is the most impactful active ability in his whole kit. A diamond shape AoE up to range 5. 67% chance to inflict confusion to targets for 3 turns. At 97 faith, it will have 98% chance to land against 50 faith units. And 100% against 97 faith units. Let's move to his buffs. The first one is a group buff. A cross-shape AoE around self, for 3 turns increase allies' spirit by 20, AoE resistance of 20, and giving them 5 hate. Kefka will not get his hate increased by it, which in turn giving himself hate down. Feels like he is hiding behind his teammates. With this buff, one of his best teammate can get up to 100 AoE resistance. This is his highest priority buff, and he will cast it on everyone before moving forward. His second buff from Mad Mage is Re-Raise. He will also get CT up small, and significantly raise his magic for 3 turns after reviving. He can do some serious damage, and the CT up will give him a better chance of getting a turn before dying again. Now let's look at his attacking abilities. The first one is Hyperdrive. A single target attack up to range 4. It is a non-elemental attack, damage large, significantly lower reaction proc chance, and dispel re-raise. Having a non-elemental attack is very important in the current meta. However, this skill has a cast time. The second attacking ability is Judgment Ray. A diamond-shape AoE, deals damage medium, up to range 5. And for 3 turns, lower target's magic resistance by 25, lower attack and magic by 40%, and lower agility by 12%. This is a great debuff skill. However, I usually have this turned off, because it has the same range as his LB, and his AI will use this ability over it. I like my Kefka to confuse the opponent as soon as he is in range to attack. Plus it also has a cast time, which is a huge negative. Next up is his low AP attack. Single target, up to range 4, lower target spirit by 25, then deals damage small. The last attack in his main kit is Forsaken. A cross-shape AoE attack up to range 4, damage medium. The modifier will increase by 60% if the targets have poison, blind, silence, confusion or haste active. It will also dispel haste with his 140 upgrade. This skill is a great follow-up to his LB. We are finished with his main job. Now let's look at the Arithmetician sub-job. For support abilities, he gets level 4 to level 3, and height 3 to height 2. I don't think these support are worth running, there are better ones. For his reaction ability, he gets damage distribution, a 2-panel counter and absorb damage dealt. I have listed all the active abilities here, along with my skill on and off suggestion. Now for his Energist sub. The support abilities are Hyper Vitality and Chi Flow Expansion. Hyper Vitality, for the first 5 turns of battle, significantly raises Kefka's magic, dex, and agility. This is the other support ability that I recommend. Although it is only for the first 5 turns, but the agility increase is very important during the initial turn order. The second support is Chi Flow Expansion, a basic magic up. The reaction ability he gets is Hyper Reactivity. A physical reflex, this is the reaction I run all the time. The abilities on and off suggestions for his active abilities are also listed here. There is one skill I like to point out here. Rejuvenation is a TP skill that can inflict sleep to 1 unit. He will often use this due to his lack of accuracy. When a unit is asleep, it can no longer evade. Be sure to have this skill set to on. We are done with his full kit. Let's take a look at his vision card. It is a limited UR card, at cost 70. The card supports Sword Warrior, Ninja Blade, Staff Devout and Glove users. The stats are HP 333 for Spirit and 152 Magic. The party abilities are Magic Attack up 42, Defense up 12, and Max HP up 25%. The bestowed abilities are Magic up 10% and Missile Resistance up 10. For the global buff, it is for Kefka only, giving him accuracy up and skill activation time reduction. These GL buff are too good, addressing Kefka's 2 major flaws. I have put some of the supported units on the screen here as well. This is pretty much a fire element vision card. Continuing on to his equipment and espers. My weapon of choice is his unique glove. For the second slot I like the farmable cloth from the upcoming Trials of Reckoning. It has magic resistance up 10 and critical avoid of 20. And for all FF6 units, they will also get accuracy 20 and human killer up 10. Alex Ring is also great for more accuracy and crit chance. In the TMR slot, I like Viga's TMR the most for the berserk chance. I guess we will need to wait a bit more for Viga. My second go to TMR is Summer LC's Blessed Ribbon. It can give him an instant heal from range when he is running the Energist sub. Sorrow's TMR is a very good choice too. For his Truststones, I like Vital on the defensive side. HP and Luck are must. Silence and charm resistance are also good. The other two are meta-dependent. On the offensive side, I mostly go with agility. The abilities I have are skill activation time down and fire attack up, magic attack penetration up and reaction block rate up, magic up and healing power up. For his Espers, I like the Valen 4 the most for the skill activation time down. Regular Bahamut is always great. Siren also has skill activation time down but has a lower magic stat. Great Demon and Sheraton have some AoE resistance, which also work very well with Kefka. Now let's look at some team comps. The first one is my AoE resistance build with Raegen and Roy. Kefka is on his Arithmetician sub for some long-range instant healing. He is equipped with Hyper Vitality and his magic up main job support ability. In this setup, he walk in with 48 AoE resistance and it can go up to 68 with his buff. His teammate Raegen can have up to 102 AoE resistance. I already did a video detailing that build, I will put a link up here. He is on Vital and Agility Truststone sets. His agility is at 115 and almost 1.9k magic. Kefka's role here is to cast Hate up, AoE resistance up on Raegen. Let Raegen tanks the initial wave of attack, and Roy starts fire chains. Kefka then will go in to finish off the chain or LB to confuse the opponent. This team works very well. It can beat some top tier teams. In the vision cards. On Kefka, Silver Memories for the AoE resistance and magic up. Omen in the sub slot for magic human killer. Raegen has the Dark Tetra as main for the single target resistance. Black Rose for some additional agility. On Roy, 15% agility as main. The Encounter of the Heroes as a sub for some more magic up and accuracy. If I have the Roy VC, I likely will take out Omen. The second team I am showing today is the Fire Range team, with Kingmont and Sotia. This team is better against physical damage. Kefka is on his Energist sub, and the same support abilities as the previous team. On the offensive Truststone, I have switched to a magic set to make up for lesser VC support. The same idea applies here. Kefka cast AoE resistance on Mont, Sotia attacks from range. And Kefka goes in for the LB confusion. As for the VCs, Kefka has the Fearsome Foe appears for agility and magic attack up. He also gets an additional 10 AoE resistance from the bestowed ability. This card does not support Kingmont, but it's fine. Encounter of Heroes in the sub slot for magic up and accuracy. On Kingmont, I have the Death Machine for AoE resistance and Sara's card for agility. On Sotia, Dark Tetra for physical human killer and single target resistance. Dark Ifrit in the sub slot for defense penetration. Next up are some team ideas. My favorite Kefka team to run is with Raegen and Roy. It feels so good to take 1 damage from Sephiroth and Bradley. In the mixed fire team shown here, Silver Memories supports Hyo as well. He can slash chain with Raegen. Next to it is the low-cost fire team. I have went up against this team a few times in the CM a few months back. It is surprisingly hard to deal with. Lastly, I have a full glove team. As I said in my previous videos, a full glove team is too fragile, it still needs some time. Yes, I don't have an evasion team with Kefka here. I just don't think fire evade units work well with Kefka. All the evasion VCs are physical based, and I don't want to run a half-built evasion team. Next are some glove vision cards and glove users. Maybe a full glove team is possible in the future, but definitely not right now. Okay. We are almost at the last part of the video. Let me give my final thoughts on Kefka. Kefka is a disruptor, bringing chaos to your opponent. His hate up on teammates buff is unique but not game-changing. If you are running a tank, he will go over and give that unit more hate. He lacks magic penetration, and his hyper vitality support ability only lasts for 5 turns. Since his attack range is quite short, he usually does not get to attack until turn 3 and sometimes even turn 4. He has too many flaws, such as accuracy and casting time. If the GL buff on his VC can help him instant cast all his main job skills, then he might be worth it. Also, his AI would prioritize his Judgment Ray, which has a cast time, over his LB. This is a problem. With some fine-tuning, and if you have the Roy's VC, he will definitely perform much better. If you are going to 140 Raegen, Kefka is a great partner for him. The high AoE resistance team is not too hard to build, and it can take down the most meta teams. Even though he is lacking in magic penetration, but he has no problem capping off chains. He is a great finisher. I am excited whenever I run that team. It brings uncertainty and feels really chaotic. And honestly really fun. Does it worth the 100 cost tag? Yes, he does. His LB can turn the tide of a match and help you win, sometimes even when you are not supposed to. Let me know what you think about this review video. Ask me questions if you find any parts of the video confusing or not clear. With that said, let's see how Kefka performs. The first match is with my high AoE resistance team going up against the Meta Earth team. Kefka starts off with his group buff, giving Raegen 20 AoE resistance, 20 spirit and 5 hate. This is Dialdo, one of the best tank in the game. He will be the most important unit for any Earth element players. This is Kefka's re-raise buff. Will significantly increase his magic and recover CT small after reviving. Raegen ran up, took a couple hits, and grouped up their team for Kefka to confuse them with his LB. Bradley's courage is popped. Then Roy follow up to finish off Bradley and proc Mosheri re-raise. A confused Dialdo poked Raegen. Raegen returned the favor with a triple hit slash damage, starting a nice fire chain. Everyone has good AoE resistance, they all survive Mosheri's LB. Then Kefka uses Forsaken, Diamond Shape AoE, damage medium, finishing off the Queen. Then Roy capped off the fire chain, taking down Dialdo. That confusion took out the tank for the whole fight. Very nice. The second match is with my range fire team against a full wind team. Kefka buffing Mont's AoE resistance and hate. Cetia is one of my favorite OG fire unit. Too bad, she has been overshadowed by the evade units. But she is a great partner for Kefka. The Brachiosaur VC has single target resistance 28% agility, and missile attack up which will benefit Kefka's Energist attacks. Kefka is using the hate buff on Cetia. He will circle around to put it on everyone before going forward. Be mindful of that. All my Mont's attacks are off, except for Dream Within a Dream and his LB. This is Kefka's third turn, and he's still hanging in the back, casting re-raise on himself. Confusion time. Their whole team is now confused, giving us another turn to attack. Kefka is revived from re-raise. His magic just got a huge buff and recovered some CT. Edward woke up his friend, then Kefka used Forsaken to take him down. All of Mont's attacks are off, and his path is blocked by Kefka's body, so he buffed himself. Finally, we took them down. This is a fight we were not supposed to win, but the confusion gave us a chance. I am so relieved that I got this video out before the FF6 banners drop. Leave a like if you find this video helpful. And subscribe if you want to see more UN Showcase videos. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.